And I'll also make sure you can share. Okay. Really quick, because we're gonna keep this to 30 minutes. If you didn't take your selfie that you're here, do so because it's important. You're spending your Sunday here with the team. You're learning, you're growing. Not everybody is doing that on Sunday at 8:30. So I challenge you to take your little selfies, tag each other, encourage each other. I think it's really important that we as a team celebrate each other for making time to grow and learn tonight. So that's my little tip for the day. Let me quickly share. So the August calendar is up in the hub. I know we've like transitioned some things amongst groups, so sorry for the wrong links. That's my bad. But just so you know, all the links for like everything are always posted here in one spot. Just so you know, maybe some of you don't have access to that. So make sure you check in with Allie, myself, or Rachel, and we'll make sure that's clear moving forward. Things going on this week. The Sure Thing Super Block launches tomorrow since it's the first day of the month. So that's always fun. Also, the Dig Deeper 30 workouts are now available on your body. There are only 6 workouts, like it's not a full program, just so you know. So if you're planning to integrate that, just be aware. And then at the end of this month, we'll be talking more about it, but Amala is coming out with a new kettlebell academy, which is super exciting. So that will be coming your way. As far as partners, on Monday and Wednesday nights, you guys have the opportunity to hop on starting tomorrow for Make It Happen Monday and Hump Day Hustle, which will be a 30-minute work session that we get in, show up together, get it done, just like we do on Zoom. So encourage you all to make that a priority in your calendar throughout the week. Hop on at least one. We're all going to be doing it together tomorrow, and then we'll be doing the live one on Wednesday, and that will always be on this link. Also on Saturday is our free open house. So whether you're a partner or not, you can invite any of your friends to come join. All you need to do is make sure that your upline partner has their email so we can get them access to some of the free workouts. This is a great opportunity. If you are a partner, go follow up with all your people, anyone who's told you no, anyone that's watching your stuff. It's totally free. And it just so happens to be our actual 10-year anniversary day. So I'm leaning on all of you to bring all your people, get as many babes on there as possible. I will be here with a special guest that you might not know about on Saturday. So you should probably be on Zoom at 8 a.m. Okay? Okay. Also, we're doing our Philly celebration on August 10th at noon. So if you want to come visit, if you want to come stay for the weekend, my house is open. You can literally decide on Friday night, just plugging it in there. If anyone wants to come join, we're doing team photos and brunch. Otherwise, every other Sunday we'll rotate from community calls and partner calls. So the next community call will be back to school meal prep on the 18th with Allie. And then next week, Rachel and I will be going over vision casting for the rest of the year with the team. Any other announcements that I missed? Okay. Lastly, I just wanted to do some recognition. Can y'all see this? Did my screen change? All right, wanted to shout out all of the active partners and preferred customers on our team. I will share this after the call, but super duper proud of you. I know myself and Allie are doing a giveaway this month for being active, depending on where you're at. So really important to check that out and see how to be eligible for the prize giveaways each month. And also want to do a special shout out to, I just posted it right before this call, but our July top partners, Allie freaking killed it. She helped 5 people in July. I'm super duper proud of her. She is just she amazes me and she pushes me every single day. And her team really stepped up in July. So shout out to Maygon and Danelle and Danielle Thurman for all helping someone in July. It's always great seeing more faces on the leaderboard, and I can't wait for more of you to do that too. And then lastly, shout out to all the Lava Girls because we're on week 5 tomorrow and it's damn hard. So those are my shout outs. Opening it up to anyone else who wants to do any recognition. Don't let it just be me. Someone else has to do it.
Um, One of my girls, Chrissy, just finished the 3-day split. It took a long time because she's also starting school and also doing lava. And so she just got the badge for 3-day split. So that's awesome. And I wanted to shout her out.
Love it. Any other shout outs, celebrations, fun things? Give me one more and then we'll let Maygon start. You better talk. Someone's got to do it. Maygon or Alice, it's you. Maygon Hammond or Alice. What are you celebrating? I see you have that water there trying to trick you from celebrating something.
I'll just shout out all of you for just holding me accountable and keeping me in check. I know I had my mentorship call yesterday with Danielle. And I sort of just said like lava's not been my groove. I'm finishing it because I started it, but it's put me in a funk where I'm like, I just don't feel like working out because I don't like it. So I've just been a really bad funk of like, oh, I got to do this again. So I'm excited to keep pushing. So I know you guys are starting week 5. I'm basically finishing week 5 tomorrow. So I've just been pushing through so I can finish and start fresh next Sunday. So yeah, but thank
She's
you
also
guys for
starting her job, you guys. She's going to be in a new job.
yes.
I'm
School.
so proud of you because you
Thanks.
finish what you start, and that's not always how it was. And that's what we do on this team. So
Right.
I'm just gonna say this was my little celebration thing. We are in 10-year energy. Okay. This is part of the props for this weekend. So Maygon's gonna kick it off. I'm gonna stop talking, but from here on out, that's kind of energy we're bringing to this month. I love you guys. Maygon, take it away.
Okay, I am, as Danielle always likes to say, keeping it very simple. I did not make slides for this because this is a very active talk slash workshop. We're going to call it that. And I have basically adapted a long time ago. I've been doing power hours with all of the body partners in the Slay Squad for a long time now. And well, a long time for me. I'm speaking in front of Danielle, who's been here obviously a lot longer, but a long time for me. And Moira Kusaba is one of my favorite ones to do. And she does them on Monday mornings. So hers are usually about time blocking, time management for the day, the week, whatever it is. So I've adapted her method. I call it her method, Moira's method. And I do it every single week, even if I can't make her power hour, especially if she's not doing them every Monday anymore. So I have a system and I was going to walk you guys through it. It takes a little bit longer than 30 minutes when I do it with her. So you might need to like kind of go back and do things when you have more time. But essentially, does everyone have paper or however it is that you take notes? And maybe a planner if you are a planner type of person. Both of those things would be helpful. Okay, so the first thing that she does, she likes for everyone to get into the right mindset. So when you're planning, you don't want to just brain dump everything that's on your mind and mindlessly figure out how to fit it all into your day or week. So first and foremost, you need to think about your goals. Hopefully everyone has goals or has thought about goal planning. And you can at least, if you don't have any that come to mind right now, we're gonna do it together. So we're gonna have 3 annual goals. So things that you want to accomplish by the end of this calendar year, by the end of 2024. 3 monthly goals. We're in a new month now. So if you haven't already thought of August goals, now's the time. And then 3 goals for the week. So what do you need to get done? What would you like to get done by the end of this week? And ideally, all of these kind of fold into each other. You might have a really big goal, like I want to make X number of dollars by the end of this year in my side business or whatever it is. I want to weigh this much. I want to lose this many pounds, whatever it is. Recruit so many working partners. It could be anything. And then your monthly goal is probably going to have something to do with that larger annual goal. And then the weekly goal has something to do with this as well. So I'm going to give everyone 2 minutes to write down 3 annual goals, 3 monthly goals, 3 weekly goals. Okay, 2 minutes is probably long. Is everybody done? Okay, cool. We're gonna move on. All right. Also, getting in the right headspace to think about all the things you want to get done. I know I obviously listen to Allie a lot, and her stories when I have time to do that. And she always is talking about her to-done list instead of her to-do list because it is overwhelming when you have a lot of things to get done. So this kind of, I think, helps with that. One thing that she has us do is write down, she has her own journal book, whatever you want to call it, that is basically like a book of proof. So you write down 5 things that happened last week that show that you are winning in life, winning at something. And they don't have to be big things. They could be really small things. It could be like someone complimented how toned my arms looked or something like that. It could be the littlest thing, but just something that happened that you can look back on and be like, you know what, I did do a good job. Even though I didn't get maybe everything done on my list for the week, this did happen and I am proud of that. So 5 of those. Bonus points if anybody wants to share them in the chat or out loud.
I'll share their wins for them because I think they're wins. So I had mentor calls with Rachel, Allie, and Megan, and they all were like super honest and real and just like, these are the things I'm struggling with. This is what's going on in my brain. And rather than sitting in that stuck for months or feeling bad about not hitting a goal or not being where they want to be, it came from a place of, I want to be better. And so I'm going to release this and we're going to talk it out because I always say 2 brains are better than 1. And it's so easy as women to think you're not doing all the things and lacking at life and fail, you go down the rabbit hole of all the negativity. So I personally love mentor calls because it helps me too be in a better place because what you like teach, you usually are working on. So
Very true.
I'm proud of them for scheduling calls and making it a priority.
Go team.
Yes.
So I have mine in this little notebook because I don't have her book, but it is fun when you're feeling down about whatever it might be that you can go back and look at all of your things from every week. It's uplifting if you ever need it. Okay. The next one is kind of more of a manifestation. So we've obviously the last thing that we did is more reflective. You're thinking about what did happen last week. This is more forward thinking. Now we're going to think about how you want to feel, like what you want to see, experience, all the things. This is going to happen by the end of this week. So for me, I have a huge work event on Saturday that is like 350 people. And I have 0 people from my work team helping me because they're all out of town. That's a little stressful because I'm used to having them there, but I am going to have an awesome event at this venue where I got to have my wedding reception. I haven't done an event there. I haven't been to an event there since then. And so I'm having all the good vibes. It's going to go well, just as well as that one did. Everyone's going to be there on time. I'm not going to have issues with vendors. Registration will go swimmingly. It's going to be awesome. And I have 8 million other things in the middle of the week too that I'm going to think. You just want to know how you're going to feel. Like best case scenario, this is what's going to happen. And that way I don't think about it in a negative way or worry. And those are also really fun to look back on because you really truly can manifest these things. Like I'm looking at last time. Didn't happen, but it doesn't matter because it will eventually. Again, I will be proud when I hit Success Club. I will hit a big milestone on a work project that you guys don't know about. Let me find some other ones that are relevant. some of these are really fun.
Megan, can I ask when you typically write this stuff down, like how frequently and when in your day?
Yes, I do them. Well, I used to do them on Monday mornings because, like I said, she used to do them every Monday. And now that they've changed that schedule, I do these often on Sundays now because, like I said, I know the process and it is helpful. I have more time to sit and think about it on a Sunday than I do on Monday because by then my week's already started and I need to have it figured out by then. But it used to be Monday mornings. So yeah, I would say on the weekend.
When do you go back and look at them? Like
Mhm.
other than right now, like to reflect on stuff? Do you do it weekly, daily? What do you do?
I usually do it when I'm doing it. So I would say weekly, maybe not every week, but like I said, it's
Yeah.
a lot of them to go through. And I would say at least every month. If I'm not doing it every week, I tend to do it at the month because that's when I'm obviously planning for my month ahead. And I want to go back and see, because a lot of things are goals that I have for that are monthly goals, right? Sometimes I don't always hit them. But then I'm like, I need to think more positively about this. I'm gonna go back and see, like I put myself in a good headspace, and that's where I want to be right now, even if I'm completely overwhelmed and I have all the things. My whole schedule is changing too. I'm not a teacher, but it's, it's great fun right now in my world. We have all the work events, PTA, school's starting. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna get in a good place. We're gonna go back and see all the things and look at how often I did this. I wrote it down. It hadn't happened yet, and it did happen. Those are really fun.
Well, I was just thinking like if you, especially if you write it in a planner, like if the manifesting part, if you write it of the week, like that's what I just wrote. Like this is this week and I wrote it to the side. Like every
Yep.
time I go to today or the next day, like I'm seeing that.
Yep.
So like that's especially helpful.
Yes. That would be a good place. I have a dream of creating my own planner. I know there are a million planners out there, but I want to combine because I have this book for what I'm going through with you guys right now, but then I have this is my planner and I am color coordinated and all the things. And I don't know why I'm not going to show it to you, but anyway, it is the best planner if it just had a few extra pages for the journaling part of it. I am obsessed. And so my husband is like, why do you keep saying it would be perfect? Why are you not just making it? Just do it. And I was like, I know I gotta do it. It's on my list. Okay. These two are really quick and easy. We can do them in a minute. Write what you're excited about. Like I'm excited for, about, whatever. And then I'm proud that, or I'm proud of those two statements. Okay. Now that we've thought of all the positivity, we're in a good place. We have good vision for the week. Now's the fun part where you get to brain dump. And I love how she does it. For me, I used to always just brain dump everything on one sheet of paper. And it would be all these like different parts of me, right? I have all the different hats, mom hat, work hat, body partner hat, all the things. And it was not helpful to have it just all in one list. So I basically take a sheet of paper and draw like a grid. So you have 4 blocks, right? And you can label your 4 blocks whatever you need them to be. Your buckets might change. They might not always be the same thing. I typically obviously have a work one. I have normally like my mom things I need to get done at the house one, body. And then the 4th one is the one that kind of fluctuates. For me right now, it is a back to school one, like back to school prep. So all the things I have to do, although that list is getting shorter because I did do my back to school shopping. And I got a lot of my PTA stuff done, but I kind of put all of that in that bucket. So everyone's going to have different ones. If you don't have children, then you're not going to have any of that to worry about, but you have other things. And Danielle's going to have studying, I'm sure, in hers. I know. And then also sometimes my work one, I will splinter that one off into like I could make a whole list of things just for the event that I have on Saturday because there's a million things to get done for it. So make your grid, and then we don't have a lot of time. This is the part where I would normally give you more time if we had it. But write down, maybe let's do 3 minutes. Brain dump everything you can into their right little buckets. Okay. Now, another thing that I used to not do, but I love, go in each of your buckets and prioritize when those things need to happen. Because otherwise you just have a random list and you're like, what am I supposed to do first? And people approach that differently. It depends on the day for me, but I normally like to eat the frog first. Whatever the hardest one, the one I don't want to do, I get that one done first. And then I normally like to do like a little quick win after that. What's something that doesn't take as long, but it needs to happen. I like doing that one next. And then whatever the third one is, it could be something hard or not, but that's just how I like to operate. And since we're short on time, basically, after you prioritize all of your different things, that is when you would go into your planner and look at what you had, like what was number one I have to do from this list or that list, and put them, like actually schedule them in an hour block of time or however long it takes, 15 minutes. But I basically have my list. Try to show you. My planner did not come today and I'm like freaking out because it's an 8-month deal and I don't have it. But I could show you what Friday looked like, and it's probably not going to work. Hang on, let me figure out how to turn my stupid background thing off. It's blurry. There we go. So I have, like, on this side is the schedule. This side is like all my to-do lists. And I'm a weirdo. I like to color coordinate. So what is pink is, this is all the body work that I had to do on Friday. Then I had blue was my actual job that I had to do. And then stuff around the house, like chores, back to school shopping, whatever it was. Then I have all of those. I go over to my schedule and I like literally plug them in so I can see like where my chunks of time are. Like I have this much time in the morning to get stuff done at the house because I'm going to be there. Fit what I can into that little chunk of time. Obviously, my day always starts me first. Pink, body, me, that's it. Then it's usually I have time. I know I have so much time while I'm getting my kids ready, whatever. Try to do chores here and there, meal prep, whatever I can. And then I I think that day I tried to do a power hour at 9, realized that wasn't going to happen. So I moved it to 1. So these things are not perfect. Just because I wrote it down doesn't mean it's perfectly happening like that. and then it still didn't happen at 1 because I spent too long shopping for prizes that day, but it's okay. So this is not a perfect system, but it at least gives you, you know exactly how much time you have in your day, what you can get done in that amount of time, like what part, like what hat you need to be wearing, what can you be doing for that. And then there's always going to be chunks where I don't have anything written, which gives me the flexibility to move things around if I need to. But that is essentially how I manage my time. And I do that part, the plugging in, like having my to-do list for the day, that I do almost every single night while I'm sitting on the couch with my husband and watching whatever, like one show that we can maybe make it through before I fall asleep. But that is when I do that. I do it every single night. He knows I have my planner and my little pack of pens with like all different colors and highlighters. And it's so calming, like to just know I can go to bed and I'm the one that like my head hits the pillow, I'm asleep. He is not. And I'm like, it's because you don't do this. I can go to bed and know exactly what I've got to get done tomorrow. I don't sit there and think about all the things. It's here. And I know what is going on, what has to happen, where it can get moved if it needs to. So I would say do not schedule your day like completely giving yourself no room for anything because that is just not realistic. So give yourself some wiggle room. But that is essentially how I time block. Does anyone have any questions? Since we have a minute left. Oh, yes, Danielle, I do my personal development.
I think it's really cool, at least from what you've said, I think that you've learned this from running a business.
Yeah, no, this exact method came straight from Moira. I mean, like I said, I had done pieces of it before, but just not her way. It just makes sense. Yes, you need goals because what is your list coming from if you don't have goals? Putting yourself in the right mind space. I never would have done that before. I thought manifestation was weird and just a little strange. But then you go back and look at it and you're like, well, okay, I did all those things, a lot of them. And
How do you feel like doing this? I don't know how long exactly you've been implementing it, but like how has it helped you in your life? Because I think what's really cool, and I agree with you, and I know we share this a lot, and it's not just partners on this call, but like a lot of the things we learn as partners help so much in life.
oh yeah.
Don't always realize, and it's hard to kind of like communicate that. And I think this is like a perfect call to expose the things that we learn as a partner. How has that kind of helped you in your life? Like you kind of said already, you sleep better. Is there any other things you've seen improve as
Oh
a
yeah. People, I'm like a weirdo with all the different things, but then they do it too. Like they went and got their own whatever works for them, but they've done it. I get stuff at work. It helps a ton with work because like I said, the doing the hard thing first. I used to go in, check my email, like, figure out like what do I want to get done today? And that was just that wasn't working. It's very easy to waste 8 hours in a day doing that. But if you have this, then I know I don't even check my email first thing in the morning anymore. I get the hard thing done first, and then I do my quick win, and then I check my email. And I know maybe not everybody it doesn't work like that in all the other jobs, but for me, that has helped. My husband, seeing me do this every single night, he's adapted some things too, and he's very much a nerd like me when it comes to organization and planning and all of that. So he eats this up and he sends me stuff that he finds are helpful when it comes to time management and productivity. We're both geeks about that. But it has literally helped everywhere. I would not be able to be doing my job, doing a PTA board. I'm on another committee to help with social event planning at our country club. I don't know why I keep saying yes to these things, but it's because I can look at my calendar and see, okay, sure, I can spend an hour doing that here. I can spend an hour doing that here. And it feels good to be able to give back in those ways. Because I forget a lot of times that not everybody enjoys planning and organizing events and doing all of that. And for me, it comes very naturally and I love doing it. So it has helped pretty much everywhere.
I love that. And I love that especially going to the school year with many moms on this call, I know that and teachers that you're like, the stress is starting to build. So I would encourage you to implement something this week and maybe tag Maygon on your stories as a thank you, because I know it builds and fills your heart and your cup when you see other people implementing what you teach. That's my homework to each of you this week. Because I think it will help all of us be more intentional, and life is always going to be chaos and busy, but like it's a choice on how you pursue it. It's a choice on how you react to your week or you go into your week with calmness. So get off the call and brainstorm out of your mind so you can sleep better tonight, and maybe tag something in Maygon this week that's helpful to you. And I appreciate you teaching tonight because I think this was really helpful.
Hey, anytime.
All right, guys, next week will be a partner training from Rach and I. Can't wait to share more about that. And otherwise, other clients will see you in 2 weeks. Hope you guys have a great first Monday of the month.
Yay.
Bye, guys.